XRP and Ripple are not idly waiting for a market boom. They're getting ready to take control of it. He refers to it as the more on trade now, Raoul Pal, without knowing anything about the market capitalization or the network substance, the herd. Invests in cheap-looking coins, and the deal is this: he's correct. However, by undervaluing XRP, he is ignoring a significant risk. This isn't just some retail hype for low-priced tokens. The majority of projects would kill for XRP's US regulatory clarity, are LUSD, institutional rails, and possible ETF plays that are currently underway. A global payment network that is already handling billions of transactions is about to go into overdrive. And a base of holders who simply won't sell. The cheap coin crowd will be looking for quick profits when they get there, but they will be walking straight into a market trap. Alternatively, XRP's fundamentals may sustain the rally long after those hype traders have been driven out. We must engage in it once more. It's all about the details, and I wasn't offended when I saw this dumb trade thesis from Raoul Pal. I mentioned that I've been stating for a while that the price of XRP tokens will rise once we experience a bull run. Getting a large portion of that retail hype money will be beneficial. There is nothing wrong with that. Actually, that's a good thing. The issue is that he presented it as the sole thing, which is absurd. According to the more on trade theory, retail investors obsess over low coin unit prices. The psychological benefits of having more money. All of us have done that, particularly in the beginning. This is how many coins we receive. You know, everything is set for life if the token hits XYZ price. That's what everyone has done. Market capitalization is not taken into account. Market caps aren't everything, and they can be risky and a limiting factor if you believe they can only increase so much. I'm telling you, we didn't even believe we would reach this point in time. Thus, exercise caution when doing that. It is, of course, a tool for evaluation. XRP is not inexpensive. Despite its extreme undervaluation, it is not inexpensive. Definitely, you know, every bull cycle has patterns. He may have different value drivers, of course, but I believe he is at least partially correct in this regard. However, you cannot overlook the fact that regulatory clarity has established payment rails that are already handling billions of dollars for actual customers. ETF will soon be approved here, institutional on ramps like our LUSD, and when they can access the Fed balance sheet, that just takes things to the next level. We simply have infamously obstinate holders that, you know, are suing Ripple or XR. It's going to happen. When XRP is delisted, there are no good reasons to sell and move on, but people don't. The future was clear to them. They resisted giving up and continued to stand their ground. You know that a few dollars will make a big difference. For many people, if you believe that prices will rise, you're crazy. This is not going to occur, and that will also affect XRP's value. Naturally, institutional hooks include our LUSD. A lot of people are too narrow-minded about this. Well, they're not using XRP. They say the XRP ledger is where it's taking place. You can use that value for a variety of purposes, and it will all go through XRP. That volume is running over the XRP ledger. This is massive and only involves directly connecting the TRAD feed to the XRP ledger. And most people overlook that game-changing factor. They have no idea what this will actually accomplish for the blockchain. And when it happens, they will be taken aback. The diamond hand factor, past holding trends, and the XRP holders' genuine belief in the long-term worth of this blockchain were all discussed once more. Moving them off the mark will be difficult. Furthermore, it decreases the number of coins that are available for trade. Simply put, people are still purchasing. Once more, they genuinely see the blockchain's potential for the future, which is why they want more as the price rises. Is it correct or incorrect? That's the current situation, and it's a crucial market dynamic to take into account. Clarity of regulations. We've heard that new laws should be implemented this year, but XRP doesn't require them. A judge has ruled that XRP is not a security in and of itself. She has provided you have a wealth of knowledge that Ripple itself can use to understand what they can and cannot do. There are other players in this space who do not possess that. As an organization, they are confident that they can push it in situations where they are unable to use XRP as an asset. This will be a differentiator for XRP institutions, who will feel at ease utilizing these systems when working with Ripple and investing in XRP. There are many regions that will simply manipulate the same conclusions that we get here in the US markets just the way they are. So it's a huge advantage that also benefits the entire world. It will have a significant impact on XRP and has global influence. This is a significant benefit, and it will remain so until this nation's regulations are clarified. Although I still have high hopes for the entire space, XRP has many benefits. In the interim, just a quick rundown of everything. Yes, we are dealing with the cheap coin psychology issue. I have discussed it extensively. It gets to the same point even though I didn't use any offensive language, like more on trade. Indeed, it will be a driver. It will draw people in, and that's all right, but there are other factors like market structure, institutional adoption, and worldwide utility. XRP has been, and will remain a popular coin for a long time, and I believe that this type of gathering is crucial. Say something like, well, yeah, there is some substance to what Raoul Pal is saying, that you're going to have people that pile into this coin because it's least on the surface and attractive pricing. This is important even if you disagree with what people are saying. It's okay, however, he is ignoring everything else, so don't do that. And that's where the issue lies. According to our analysis this month, the billion XRP release from escrow typically occurs on the 8th or 9th of the month. And people are curious about what's happening. This was clarified by David Schwartz, and we have discussed it on this channel several times. This mechanism is not well understood by most people. It is available to leave the escrow and be distributed on the 1st, but in order for it to do so, someone must send the message to the XRP ledger. Anyone could do it, but nobody did until this month's 8th or 9th. I could pull it off. You're capable. This kind of work is typically done by a member of the community. After he sends the message and adds a humorous anecdote about me, die, or other events occurring in the area, the coins are released. However, they simply sit there and say that someone initiates the transaction if no one takes this action. It was available on the 1st and could have been triggered by you, me, or anybody else in the world. However, it didn't happen this month. A little later than usual. Simply put, nobody did until we got to the 8th or 9th. I suppose we could go back and examine it. Look at the Explorer, I suppose. Perhaps Ripple was the one who ultimately set off that escrow release, or perhaps someone else did. On the 1st, however, it is accessible and occurs when a transaction triggers it. Furthermore, anybody could do it. According to this report, which came from the block, they allegedly spoke with BlackRock and stated that they currently had no plans to apply for a spot XRP or SOLETF. There are some now. Here is what we currently know. They will not tell everyone about that. Do you think they'll share their entire crypto strategy with you? Why would they do that? For example, why would they even disclose their